Well, hello there. I want to take just a few minutes for those of you that may be considering learning a little bit more about college and beyond, who I am and what I do, and in particular, how I might be able to help you and your family with the college process. First, I'm sharing my contact information with you. My email is danbisig@collegeandbeyondllc.com. My phone number, 513-919-2646. And by the way, the easiest way to schedule a meeting with me is to go to my website, collegeandbeyondllc.com. And once you're on there, you can go up to the right-hand corner and click on the Let's Chat button and very easily schedule a 15-minute discovery Zoom meeting with me where I'll be happy to talk with you and go into a little bit more detail about even the slides I'm going to show you here. So anyway, let's jump in here for a minute. First, a little bit of background about me. I've been an independent college counselor and business owner for 17 years, started College and Beyond back in 2006. Over that time, I've helped hundreds and hundreds of parents and students with every aspect of the college process. And I work with families all across the United States, from coast to coast and internationally as well. My students get scholarships if they follow my advice and do the work. And what I mean by that is, I'm telling you right now, there are some great schools and some great money opportunities out there, but it all comes down to trying to position the student for the best chances possible. I'm also a guest speaker at both national, regional, state, and local college events. And I co-authored a book called The College Entrance Game Plan, Your Comprehensive Guide to Collecting, Organizing, and Funding College, which is available on Amazon.com. So it's a little bit about me. My mission is very simple at College and Beyond. You see, I want to help students attend the right college at the right price, pursue the right major or career path so they can graduate right on time. And right on time, by the way, is 4 years. There may be some exceptions if a student is going to do a co-op or a paid internship or something like that, but we want to get them in and we want to get them out because mom and dad, I want to help you save as much money as possible because you eventually do want to retire. And that's really an important part of why I talk a lot about what I call the money talk right from the beginning. So my solution to all of this is that I created a proprietary 4-step college process. And so I'm going to walk you through this in a kind of an overall effect here so that you know what I do. The first part is what I call the money talk again. It's calculating your expected family contribution, although this is getting ready to change this year to your student aid index. This is the dollar amount. It's the starting dollar amount that the colleges expect you, mom and dad, to pay for college, whether they go to a community or junior college or an Ivy League school, it doesn't matter. Also, clarifying your financial participation, both of the students and the parents. We need to talk about this. We need to have an open discussion so that everybody's on the same page. It's also determining your students' scholarship eligibility. Sometimes families think that it's just good enough that they've got great grades. And by the way, for some colleges, that's true. But boy, if you're trying to go for the big money, there's so much more to that side of things. Also, I do work with financial planners of my clients if you want me to, because I know all the ins and outs of all of the funding arrangements that are available out there, whether it's 529 plans, education savings accounts, whatever it might be. Also, I help my families implement what I call their family's expectation contract. And that's just, what are your expectations, mom and dad? And then finally, I review all the college loan options with my family so that if those are necessary to help pay for college, you're doing the right options. You're stepping into that the right way. Number 2 is career identification and college selection. I believe this is an important part of the process because one of the biggest reasons that students take longer to get out of college is the fact that they go in really having no clue what they want to do. And if we can at least narrow things down to give some direction, I think that's very, very important. And so my students take a career assessment, maybe even a couple, depending upon their circumstances. And we use that information to identify the career paths that they might be interested in, plus their college majors. Then we go narrowing colleges down based on fit. Fit being financially, academically, socially, and geographically, those being the top 4 pillars that we need to meet. There also could be athletically or artistic needs as well. But the bottom line is we want to find schools where a student is going to go in the future and thrive, not just survive. Also, I help students build their college shortlist. And in fact, what you may not realize is if you have aspirations to go to some of the more competitive programs out there, I've got a program that'll show what the odds are, the chances are that you're going to make that a reality. And so just based on who you are, what you've been doing, I can really help in that. And then also providing college visit guidance. It's not just about going and doing the traditional admissions process. I want to give you some highlights of things you should be looking for so that you're really getting the most out of those visits. I mean, let's face it, in many cases, you may be spending hundreds, if not thousands of dollars to go make these visits. So let's get everything out of it that you can. Number 3 is the admissions process. Again, I spent a ton of time on this with my families, making sure that students don't miss deadlines, that they're going to have me review their college honors program and scholarship applications line by line, word by word, because we don't want to mess that up. And, you really want to put your best foot forward when it comes to this. I also give guidance on all of the essays that are being written. And I want to be very clear. I don't make it sound like a 57-year-old dude wrote that essay, but I absolutely know what they're looking for because I've talked to enough admissions people and scholarship folks through my 17 years of doing this. Also, I provide sample resumes so that you can get enhanced letters of recommendation from those people that are writing it, the teachers and or outside folks that you're looking to do that. And then finally, I'll help prepare students for the college admissions and scholarship interviews that they're hopefully going to get a chance to do. It's all about trying to keep up with and help your student get their applications and everything submitted so they're at the top of the pile, not at the bottom of the pile when decisions are being made. The 4th piece of the puzzle, last piece, is financial aid guidance. And here I help you complete your FAFSA, your CSS profile, which is required by about 200 of the private, most selective colleges out there. By the way, FAFSA stands for the Free Application for Federal Student Aid. It's what you have to complete to get federal financial aid. And then there's also some institutional forms that sometimes colleges require. I also review and evaluate all the financial aid award letters and offers that you receive so that we can really tell whether or not it's a fair offer. And if not, I'll give you guidance on making an appeal. I've had a lot of success with this with families, helping them get additional money. And then assistance with loan applications. If that becomes part of your funding solution, let's make sure that you've got that all in check. Now, in addition to that, I have 4 software tools that I use. The first one is a student tracking portal, which also includes an online curriculum. This is all about making sure that from meeting to meeting, we put the to-dos down and that we get things done. And it really helps to give total transparency, not only to the student, but to mom and dad as well. Also, an online career assessment and college majors tool, that the student will be taking. There's also this expected family contribution, or SAI, calculator, which includes a scholarship tool. And then online college search tools. One of the nice things about my practice is we're going to help you build your college list based on all of the things that your student brings to the table, their resume of accomplishments and things that they've been involved in. We're going to look at it again and based on those 4 or 5 or 6 pillars, depending upon how that all works out. And so it's truly all about making sure that your students are applying to the right colleges so that at the end of the day, we can celebrate and they can thrive and have a great college experience. My process also includes reviewing high school curriculum if you need me to, identifying a student's hook. In other words, I ask lots of questions. I've got years of helping students figure this out. Guidance on arts and or athletic opportunities that you may be considering, specifically on colleges, the right kinds of colleges to look at, and then testing timelines. All about trying to help you with the testing. If you're going to test, understanding this in this day and age, there are colleges that are indeed test optional. Now, as a bonus for my students, I also help give you some ideas when it comes to ACT. Specifically, I provide my students with a full-length practice ACT test. And then from that, I create a dynamic college diagnostic report that'll show exactly the areas that your student needs to focus in on. It's nice to take a practice test and get your composite scores for the English, math, reading, and science and your overall score. But wouldn't you like it if your student can actually see exactly the types of questions that they're missing? In other words, why have them prep on everything when they need to just dive into those specific key areas? That's what this report does. In addition to that, I'll connect you to the right prep resources, whether they're local, whether it's online, whether it's in person, whether it's group. And finally, access to an online test prep program if you choose to do that. So it's all about trying to give your student additional resources to help them get the maximum score that they can do here. So the question you need to ask yourself is, what services would you like? You know, is it the money talk? Is it the career college majors identification or college selection side of things based on fit? Is it the admissions process? Or is it the financial aid side of things? That's really what we're talking about here, folks. So what I would encourage you to do is, based on your own situation, again, feel free to reach out to me. Allow me to try to guide you through this process. Again, it's very easy to find me by going to collegeandbeyondllc.com. Make sure that you click on the button that allows you to schedule a meeting with me on the Let's Chat. Also, while you're on my website, just check out all the free resources that I have on there. But I hope that at the end of the day, I can provide help to you, whether it's a little bit of the process or the entire comprehensive process. It's totally up to you. Again, it's all about trying to help your students get into the right college at the right price, pursue the right major so that they can graduate right on time. Thanks a lot. Hope this has been helpful, and I look forward to talking with you. Take care.